Hello, everyone, and welcome back to the English Learning Podcast. I'm Jason.
And I'm Julia. We're so happy you're here with us today.
Yes, thank you for joining us. If this is your first time listening, this podcast is all about helping you improve your English in a simple, clear, and practical way.
And today's topic is something almost every English learner struggles with: how to understand fast English.
Exactly. Maybe you've had this experience. You're watching a movie, listening to a podcast, or talking to a native speaker and you think, wait, why is English so fast? I can't catch the words.
Yes, you know the words, you studied the grammar, but when people speak naturally, everything sounds like one long sound instead of clear words.
If that sounds familiar, don't worry, you're not alone. This is one of the most common problems for English learners at every level.
And the good news is it's completely normal, and it's something you can improve with the right kind of practice.
In today's episode, we're going to show you why English sounds fast, what mistakes to avoid, and how you can train your ear to understand natural, fast English more easily.
We'll also share some simple techniques, small exercises, and a daily routine you can use to practice at home.
So whether you're a beginner or an intermediate learner, stay with us until the end because this episode will really help you feel more confident when listening to real English.
All right, let's get started.
Let's jump into our first question. Why does English sound so fast in the first place? So, Julia, let's start with a big question. Why does English sound so fast when native speakers talk?
Great question. The interesting thing is native speakers are not always speaking faster, but they are speaking more connected.
Yes, exactly. Words in spoken English don't stay separate like they do in books. They connect, change, and sometimes even disappear.
This is called connected speech. For example, what are you doing? Often becomes what you doing.
Or I'm going to go becomes I'm gonna go.
So if you're listening for every full, clear word, your brain gets confused because the sound doesn't match what you learned from textbooks.
Another reason English sounds fast is rhythm. English is a stress-timed language, which means we stress important words and reduce the small ones.
Right. So we say, I want to go to the store, not I want to go to the store, with equal stress on every word.
So words like to, of, for, a, they become very short and weak, sometimes almost invisible.
And your brain thinks, hey, I missed something, even though the speaker didn't really speak faster.
There's also reduction. Did you becomes didja, want to becomes wanna, kind of becomes kinda.
So learners often hear, did ya wanna go? And think, what was that?
Exactly. It sounds like one long word.
So the speed problem is really a listening pattern problem, not a vocabulary problem.
Yes, and once you understand how English connects and reduces sounds, fast English becomes much easier to follow.
So don't blame yourself. Your ears just need training, not more grammar rules.
That's right. And in the next part, we'll talk about some common listening mistakes learners make and how to fix them. All right, now that we understand why English sounds fast, let's talk about something very important, the biggest mistakes learners make when they listen.
Yes, because sometimes the problem isn't the speaker, it's the way we listen.
Mistake number 1, trying to understand every single word.
That's a huge one. Learners often think, if I miss one word, I miss everything.
But that's not true. Native speakers don't listen word by word, they listen for meaning.
So if you understand 70% of the message, that's usually enough to understand the whole idea.
Mistake number 2, translating in your head while listening.
Yes, your brain is too slow to listen, translate, and understand at the same time.
So by the time you finish translating one sentence, the speaker is already on the next idea.
That's why you feel lost.
Mistake number 3, listening passively.
Meaning you just let the audio play, but you're not focused, not repeating, not checking meaning.
Active listening means pausing, repeating, replaying, and thinking about what you heard.
And the last mistake, choosing content that is too difficult.
If you listen to very fast news or movies full of slang, your brain gets tired and frustrated.
It's better to choose something a little challenging, but still understandable.
So remember, don't listen for every word. Don't translate, be active, and choose the right level.
Those small changes can make a big difference.
And next, we'll show you how understanding rhythm and stress can help you hear English more clearly. So now, let's talk about something that really changes the way you hear English rhythm and stress.
Yes, because English is not spoken like a robot with every word sounding the same.
Exactly. English has a rhythm like music. Some words are loud and clear, and some words are quiet and fast.
The loud and clear words are usually the important words nouns, main verbs, adjectives, and adverbs.
And the quiet, fast words are the small grammar words like to, a, the, of, for, and.
For example, we say, I need a new phone, not I need a new phone with equal stress.
So your ears should listen for need, new, and phone.
Those words carry the meaning.
Let's do another example. I'm going to the market after work.
The stress is on going, market, and work.
So it becomes something like, I'm going to the market after work.
When you train your ear to listen for stressed words, English feels slower and clearer.
Because instead of hearing 10 words, you hear 3 or 4 important ones.
That reduces the load on your brain.
You can even practice this by clapping or tapping on the stressed words when you listen.
Yes, try clapping on need, new, phone, and ignore the rest.
This trains your brain to follow the natural rhythm of English.
And once you follow the rhythm, fast English becomes much easier to understand.
Up next, we'll talk about how to actively train your ear every day. All right, now that we understand rhythm and stress, let's talk about the most important part, how to actually train your ear to understand fast English.
Yes, because understanding comes from training, not just knowing the theory.
The first step is simple: listen every day.
Even 10 to 15 minutes a day is enough if you do it consistently.
Your brain needs regular exposure to natural English sounds.
The second step is listening more than once.
The first time you listen for general meaning.
The second time you listen for details, words, phrases, or sounds you missed.
And the third time, you listen just to enjoy and follow along.
Another important habit is choosing the right level.
If it's too easy, you don't grow. If it's too hard, you get frustrated.
So choose something where you understand about 60 to 80%.
Subtitles can also help, but only if you use them smartly.
First, listen without subtitles.
Then listen with subtitles to check what you missed.
Then listen again without subtitles.
This trains your ears instead of your eyes.
Also, don't jump between many different accents and topics at the same time.
Stick with 1 or 2 sources for a while so your brain gets used to the sound.
And finally, be patient with yourself.
Your ears need time to adjust, just like muscles need time to grow.
If you stay consistent, you'll be surprised how much clearer English sounds after a few weeks.
Up next, we'll show you a powerful technique called chunking that makes fast English easier to follow. Now let's talk about a very powerful listening skill: chunking.
Chunking means listening in groups of words, not one word at a time.
Because native speakers don't speak in single words, they speak in phrases.
For example, instead of hearing at the end of the day, we hear one chunk. At the end of the day.
Or instead of do you want to, we hear do you wanna.
When you try to catch every word separately, your brain works too hard and gets tired.
But when you listen for chunks, your brain relaxes and understands faster.
Let's give a few common chunks.
A lot of kind of going to, gonna want to, wanna.
So instead of thinking, what does this word mean? You think, what does this phrase mean?
That's how native speakers process language.
You can practice chunking by writing down common phrases and listening for them in real speech.
And when you hear one, your brain says, "Oh, I know that sound."
And suddenly fast English becomes slow enough to understand.
Next, we'll show you how to use the shadowing technique to train both your ears and your mouth at the same time. Now we're going to share one of the most powerful techniques for understanding fast English shadowing.
Shadowing means listening to English and repeating it at the same time as the speaker, like a shadow.
Not after the speaker with the speaker.
This trains your ears, your mouth, and your brain together.
Here's how to do it step by step.
Step 1. Choose a short audio about 30 seconds to 1 minute.
Step 2. Listen once without speaking, just to understand the meaning.
Step 3. Listen again and read the transcript or subtitles.
Step 4. Listen again and repeat out loud with the speaker.
Don't stop. Don't worry about mistakes. Just follow the rhythm.
At first, you'll feel slow and confused. That's normal.
But after a few days, your mouth and ears start moving together.
That's when fast English starts to feel natural.
Shadowing also improves your pronunciation, rhythm, and confidence.
And it helps you remember chunks and connected sounds.
So instead of studying pronunciation rules, you absorb them naturally.
Even 5 minutes of shadowing a day can make a big difference.
And now let's do a small real-life practice together.
All right, Julia. Now it's time for a mini listening exercise. This is a real-life practice to apply everything we've talked about.
Yes, don't worry. Everyone, this is short and simple, but very effective.
Okay, here's a sentence you might hear in daily life. I'm going to the store to buy some groceries after work.
Notice how fast that can sound when a native speaker says it naturally. I'm going to the store to buy some groceries after work.
Step 1. Listen slowly and repeat after me. I'm going to the store to buy some groceries after work.
Good. Step 2. Now listen a little faster and try to say it with the same rhythm. I'm going to the store to buy some groceries after work.
Step 3. Listen at full speed, like native speakers. Don't worry if it's hard at first. I'm going to the store to buy some groceries after work.
See how it's shorter and faster? That's connected speech and chunking in action.
Now let's practice together. I'll say a part, and you repeat, I'm gonna...
The
store to buy...
The store to buy.
Some groceries after work...
Some groceries after work.
Perfect. Doing this exercise regularly trains your brain to hear phrases, not individual words.
Yes, and you'll start catching more words naturally without trying too hard.
Try this with 2 to 3 sentences every day. In just a few weeks, fast English will feel much clearer. Now, Julia, let's make this easy for learners, a simple daily listening routine that only takes 10 to 15 minutes a day.
Yes, small, consistent practice is better than long, irregular sessions.
Step 1. Warm up 2 to 3 minutes of slow listening. Pick a short clip and just focus on the words.
Step 2. Main practice 5 to 7 minutes. This is where you do shadowing or chunking exercises. Repeat phrases, follow the rhythm, and mimic the sounds.
Step 3. Cool down 2 to 3 minutes. Listen to something fun, like a short podcast, a song, or a conversation, without worrying about catching every word.
The key is consistency. Even 10 minutes every day is more effective than 1 hour once a week.
And remember, mix it up. Sometimes focus on rhythm, sometimes on shadowing, sometimes just on enjoyment.
This routine keeps your ears trained, your brain active, and your confidence growing.
Do this daily, and fast English will start feeling much easier to understand.
Up next, we'll talk about motivation, confidence, and final tips to keep you improving.
Before we finish, Julia, let's talk about something very important: motivation and confidence.
Yes, because even with the best techniques, many learners feel frustrated or give up too soon.
Remember, understanding fast English takes time. Don't expect to get it perfectly in 1 day or 1 week.
Celebrate small wins. If you understand one new phrase or one sentence faster than before, that's progress.
Also, don't be afraid to make mistakes when practicing out loud. Your brain learns through repetition, not perfection.
And always be consistent. Even 10 minutes every day adds up and builds real improvement.
Finally, enjoy the process. Listen to things you love: movies, podcasts, songs, so learning feels natural and fun.
Yes, motivation and enjoyment are just as important as the techniques we talked about.
Keep practicing, stay patient, and soon fast English will feel much easier and more natural. All right, everyone, let's quickly recap what we learned today.
We talked about why English sounds fast, the biggest listening mistakes, and how rhythm, stress, chunking, and shadowing can help.
We also practiced a mini listening exercise and shared a simple daily routine you can follow.
The key is consistency, active listening, and enjoying the process.
If you apply these techniques every day, fast English will start feeling much easier to understand.
And now we'd love to hear from you. Try the exercises we shared and tell us in the comments how fast English is becoming easier for you.
Don't forget to like this video, subscribe to our channel, and hit the notification bell so you never miss an episode.
Thanks for listening and keep practicing. We'll see you in the next episode.